Hello and welcome. In this video, I will be teaching you how to make slideshows that will hopefully get you good scores on multimedia and oral presentation. Multimedia and oral presentation is a grade we have here at Summit. I think it's called something else now, but it means the same thing. So, it basically is just like, how good is your slideshow? How much information does it get across? And are there good, useful pictures and other media on it? So I'll be teaching you how to do that today. Here's an example of a title slide. It just has the title of the presentation and my name on it. You can keep it pretty simple. There are three main things you need in a slideshow. Information bites, which is just the information you want to get across but in concise bullet points. Speaker notes, so that you can expand on those bites. And some sort of visual element to get your point across. On this slide, there are short bullet points. I'm reading from speaker notes to expand upon them on my phone. And there is a GIF of a raccoon who is biting something. This slide was taken from one I did at the end of expeditions last year. The slide was supposed to be a quick introduction as to why I chose to do independent study. As you can see, there are short bullet points that provide this information. It's not even full sentences. You don't have to be super grammatically correct when you're writing down bullet points on your slideshow. You really don't want to overwhelm anybody with text on the actual slide. You want to overwhelm them with words from your speaker's notes instead. Here are the original speaker notes for that slide. They add a bit more substance to the slide without taking up space on it. To show speaker notes while presenting, simply press the Notes button at the bottom of your screen. It will open a new window with, you guessed it, your speaker notes. Don't read off your notes the entire time. That will bring down a different grade that requires like eye contact and posture and stuff. What I try to do is I try to memorize parts of it, and then I also use it as like a general jumping off point, which is what I'm doing right now. You can also use index cards, sticky notes, notes written in Sharpie on your hand. I don't know if that's good for your skin, but you can try it. Whatever works. You don't necessarily need to use the notes function in Google Slides. But just remember, it's a jumping off point to describe your slides in more detail. It's not necessarily like I'm gonna read from this little like piece of paper the whole time. The last big thing you need in a good slideshow is some sort of visual or audio element. This could be animations, pictures, videos, and/or sounds. As you may have noticed, I tend to favor pictures and GIFs, but you can really use anything that relates to your topic. Here's an example from a presentation about Western involvement in the country of Tonga. There are different pictures that show aspects of Tongan culture. You should explain how the pictures relate to your text. So, for example, that's a tapa cloth, and the picture below it is of a traditional Tongan dance. Actually, as I was making this slideshow on slideshows, I realized that it probably would have been more useful to have a video of a traditional Tongan dance on this slide. So let's do that. First, you want to go to Insert and then go to Video. I selected Search and typed Traditional Tongan Dance. I added it to the slideshow and then modified it to start where the dancing starts. Finally, I resized and moved it. So how do I find images? Or how does one find images? I find images myself, as well as videos and GIFs, by literally just searching my topic or specific bullet points and going to images in the Google tab, kind of like you saw. Then I ask myself, do I understand better after seeing this piece of media? Does it help get my point across? You could even test this out with your friends. And if the answer is yes, you should add it. A lot of presentations, you don't actually have to be super specific. Like here, we have a GIF of a cat typing on a little computer, I guess searching for images. right? That's not like specific, but it gets the point across. And plus cats. A couple of other things, your font should be readable. Everything should be readable. You don't want audiences taking forever to decipher what's on your slide. It'll take away from your presentation. So you shouldn't have some like cursive-y thing like I have, because people can't read cursive in real life. Um, it should also be a good size. Like what I have for the second bullet point is 10-point font, and don't do that. That's just for dramatic effect. I think for this particular slideshow, I used, I want to say like 23-point font for the body text on the slides, and I also used Times New Roman as the actual like font. And finally, the background and the font should not clash. If you can read the third bullet point, good on you. Yeah, there's a little chart in the right corner that explains what you can and can't use when you're looking for good contrast on your slides. And you can also have a thank you slide if you want.